Hello, good morning children. Today in this video I am going to explain class 8 civics 6th chapter understanding our criminal justice system part 2. In the previous video you have learned how they have given a case, a civil case, a theft case. In the case of Shanti, a housemaid who has arrested in the doubt whether of that she has stolen her maid's gold chain, and police arrested her and they kept her in jail. And first of all they suspected Shanti and her brother Sushil, and as she is poor, as she pleaded to the court, they have appointed Kamala Rai on the as a public prosecutor to Shanti's case, and Kamala Rai met Shanti. And what happened next? You are going to learn now. See. They found 10,000 rupees in Shanti's trunk and said that this was the money she got from stealing the chain. But that is money that we have been saving up together. These are the words said by Sushil, that as they found 10,000 rupees from Shanti's trunk, they have suspected us that we stolen the chain and we have sold that, and with that money and by selling that we got the money, like that they have suspected. But that is our savings from both of them have been saving from 1 year. Who told this? All this was said by Sushil. The court frames a charge of theft of Mr. Shinde's gold chain and possession of money 10,000 got from selling stolen property against Shanti. So, a charge was filed on Shanti. I plead not guilty and I claim trial. I haven't done any mistake. I plead trial. These were the words by Shanti. The trial before the magistrate begins on March 2007, 8/3/2007. That means March 8, 2007. That means after 1 month. She has been arrested in the month of June. Okay, in the month of July. No, not June. In 2006. It was happened and it was gone up to 1 year. In the month in 2007, in the month of March, what it is going, see. The public prosecutor appears in the case on behalf of the state. He presents Mr. and Mrs. Shinde as a key witnesses. Okay, so their public prosecutor, he brought Mr. and Mrs. Shinde as a key witnesses. So tell me, Mrs. Shinde, how did the gold chain go missing? Public prosecutor was asking Mrs. Shinde how the gold chain was missing. I had kept my chain in the drawer. Shanti stole it. No other outsider except Shanti goes into my room. So I have kept that gold chain in my drawer, in my cupboard. No other person from outside will go into my room. Only Shanti has the permission to enter my room. As she is the servant, she will clean my house. Mr. Shinde searched her trunk in front of me and we were shocked to find 10,000 rupees in an envelope. So, when I lost my chain, Mr. Shinde searched Shanti's trunk. In that, there was an envelope with 10,000 rupees. We were shocked to see that much amount, that much money was with them. These were the words by Mrs. Shinde. Shanti got this money from selling my gold chain. She is a thief. So that money, how she can? That she has stolen my chain and she sold. With that, she got the money. She was a thief. Who was a thief? Shanti was a thief. Who was saying this? Mrs. Shinde. Next, Advocate Roy cross-examines the prosecution witness Mrs. Shinde. So, by the time after the public prosecutor questions Mrs. Shinde, there Kamala Rai, defense lawyer, Kamala Rai enters. So here defense lawyer and public prosecutor. Public prosecutor. These were the two main roles in the court. Okay, public prosecutor. Here, public prosecutor session over. Now defense lawyer Kamala Rai entering, and she is going to ask a question Mrs. Shinde. So, what you are basically saying is that you did not see Shanti steal the chain. So, just as you found money in Shanti's trunk, you are suspecting. You have not seen that she is stolen by stealing time. You haven't seen Shanti. Now, did you recover the chain on Shanti? Have you got chain from Shanti? No. Also, in the 3 years that she has worked for you, nothing has been stolen from the house. As you people were saying, Shanti has worked from 3 years. Shanti has been working there from 3 years. Not even a single good was stolen by her. Just you were suspecting her because you found 10,000 rupees in her trunk. So this was the reason behind your suspect. Yes or not? These were the questions asked by Kamala Rai. You were also regularly paying her 1,000 rupees as salary each month. And each month, how much you are going to pay Shanti? 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees, her salary. Whose salary? Shanti's salary. 1,000 rupees every month. Per 1 month, they were paying 1,000 rupees to Shanti. This was clear. So, here, Kamala Rai asked Mrs. Shinde 3 things. You have not seen her stealing the chain, and you haven't found chain on her. And the third thing, you accept that you are paying 1,000 rupees every month as salary to Shanti. And fourth thing, as she has been working for 3 years, not even a single thing was missed in your house. So these were the 4 points asked by Kamala Rai. Advocate Roy examines Sushil and his employer as defense witnesses. So after asking this, there was no sound from Mrs. Shinde. Afterwards, Kamala Rai questioned Sushil and his employer, his owner, as key witnesses, defense witnesses. Through their testimonies, she is able to show that the 10,000 rupees found in Shanti's trunk could well be the earnings of Sushil and Shanti. So, after questioning his employer, Sushil's employer, Kamala Rai proved that these 10,000 rupees were the savings of Shanti and Sushil. They have not stored. That were the savings. Hence, it proved there that the 10,000 rupees were the savings of Shanti and Sushil. So, this was clear. Next. As the trial is nearing completion, Sushil learns that Inspector Sharma has busted a gang of young men who have been stealing jewelry from the Shinde's neighborhood. So, as the one thing is, this 10,000 rupees was the savings of both of them. So, by the time only, Sushil came to know that Mr. Sharma, the inspector, he has caught a gang which were stealing gold and money from the Shinde's neighboring homes. Some of Mrs. Shinde's son's friends are part of this gang. So, who were the people involved in that gang? Mrs. Shinde's son's friends. See, Mrs. Shinde's son's friends. They formed a gang. Mrs. Shinde's son's friends. They formed a gang and were stealing things in the Shinde's neighbor homes. Mrs. Shinde's chain has been found on them. So, when the police, Mr. Sharma, caught that gang, they found Mrs. Shinde's chain also there. They found Mrs. Shinde's chain also from that gang. So, who was thief here? This gang was the thief. They have stolen, not Shanti. Sushil tells Advocate Roy about this. So, what the Mr. Sharma, inspector, what he has done, how the gang was caught by Mr. Sharma, everything Sushil explained to Mrs. Kamala Rai, the defense lawyer. Advocate Rai now calls Inspector Sharma as a defense witness. So, after the next trial, by the time Kamala Rai called for witness as Mr. Sharma. Inspector Sharma, can you show and tell us what you have found? I found something. Can you show and tell us what you found? Nick, what you found? Here is the chain that has been identified by Mrs. Shinde as hers. So, in the court, Mr. Sharma brought that chain which was identified by Mrs. Shinde as of her own chain that was lost, which was the chain she lost that was there. She found in the gang. Okay. These boys have admitted that they stole the chain. So, Mr. Sharma said that these were the gang of Mrs. Shinde's son's friends. That gang only stole the chain, and they have accepted that they have stolen that chain. This was told by Mr. Sharma, inspector. So, this was happened on 14th 5 2000. That means May 14th 2007 they have found Mr. Sharma. On the trial day, he explained this. Next, on 15th 7 2007, what did happen? 15th 7 2007, that means 2007 July 15th. After 2 months, again trial time. The judge hears the testimony of all the witnesses. After the testimony of Inspector Sharma, Advocate Roy argues before the judge that it has now been established that Shanti is innocent and should be acquitted. So, by hearing all the witnesses, Kamala Rai pleads the judge that now Shanti proved as she was innocent and she could be acquitted. Shanti, you are hereby acquitted of the charge of theft. The police will hand over you the 10,000 rupees that they had sealed. In my written judgment, I have made it a point to highlight S.I. Rao's role in conducting such a shoddy investigation that made you spend time in jail. So, here the judge has given his verdict that he acquitted Shanti as innocent, and he ordered Mr. Sharma, S.I. Rao, as to return her 10,000 rupees money, and he warned S.I. Rao that without any investigation, he kept Mrs. Shanti in jail for 3 years. For 3 years. See, when the situation happened, children, let's see. Yes, 2006. On what day? It was 18/7/2006. Okay, on this day it happened, July 18th it happened, and closed on 15th July. Okay, nearly it has taken 1 year. So, without any mistake, without doing any crime, Shanti has been kept in a prison for 1 year. How an innocent could be kept? How an innocent could be punished? So, the judge warned her. What? S.I. Rao. From the above incident, you can see that the 4 key players in the criminal justice system are the police, public prosecutor, the defense lawyer, and the judge. So, this was the example case you have learned, children. Now, with this case, you will know four main key players in this justice system. Who are they? First person is police. Second person, public prosecutor. And the third one is defense lawyer. And the fourth person is judge. So, these four were the main key players, key roles in the criminal justice system. In the criminal justice system. Who are they? Police, public prosecutor, defense lawyer, judge. These are the main roles in the criminal justice system. You have seen the roles each of them played in the above case. In each person's role you have observed from the above case. Now, let us try and understand their roles more generally. Okay, now, here in the case you have learnt very briefly. Now you are going to learn widely. What are the main roles? Let's see. What is the role of the police in investigating a crime? So, who was the first person? Police. What was his role in the investigation? Okay, let's see. One important function of the police is to investigate any complaint. Okay, first of all, we will learn the duty of the police. What is the role of the police? See. Excuse me, children. One important function of the police is to investigate any complaint about the commission of a crime. First duty, the police duty is investigation, to investigate any crime. Whatever he gets the complaint, first of all, he has to investigate. He has to inquire. An investigation includes recording statements of witnesses and collecting different kinds of evidence. So, in this investigation, what the two things involved are, he has to record statements and collecting different kinds of evidences. So these are the main things in investigation. What includes recording statements of witnesses and collecting different types of evidences includes in investigation. On the basis of the investigation, the police are required to form an opinion. So after the investigation, whatever he will do these two actions, he has to form an opinion on that crime. Okay, second thing is he has to get an opinion. If the police think that the evidence points to the guilt of the accused person, then they file a charge sheet in the court. So, after getting an opinion, he has to file a charge sheet in the court. As stated at the beginning of this chapter, it is not job of the police to decide whether a person is guilty or innocent. That is for the judge to decide. So, here the main duty was he has to investigate, and if he believes that the person is really done guilty, accused, then he has to file a charge in the court. That is the duty of the police. After filing the case in the court, the judge decides. That is the duty of the judge to decide whether the accused person is guilty or not. And that is not the duty of the police. Only judge decides. You read in Unit 2 about the rule of law, which means that everyone is subject to the law of the land. You know already, all are equal before the law. All of them have to accept the law. This includes the police. So, here police also includes in the law of the land. Therefore, police investigations always have to be conducted in accordance with law and with full respect for human rights. So during this investigation also he has to give respect for human rights and he has to follow the law also. The Supreme Court has laid down guidelines that the police must follow at the time of arrest, detention and interrogation. So while doing investigation, arresting and detention and in the interrogation time also certain principles are there by the Supreme Court. Supreme Court has given some guidelines to the police. By what time, what the police have to do, like that. The police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during investigation time. During investigation time, they should not touch. During investigation, they should not torture. Not torture, shoot or beat. But in realistic things it's quite different, because already in many movies and cinemas you have observed, but during the investigation time they will give severe punishment to the victims. Have you observed or not? In police stations the police used to beat the victims, but by the guidelines of Supreme Court, no police should torture, shoot or beat any victim during the investigation time. They cannot inflict any form of punishment on a person even for petty offences. Whatever the offences are there on that person, the police should not inflict any form of punishment. Any type of punishment should not be given to the victim. Article 22 of the Constitution and criminal law guarantee to every arrested person the following fundamental rights. If the police believes one person is a victim or suspected person, then that arrested person have some rights given by the Supreme Court. What were they? The right to be informed at the time of arrest. See children, these are very important. What are the rights given to the arrested person? See, at the time of arrest should be informed to the arrested person. Next, the right to be presented before a magistrate within 24 hours. He should be presented before the magistrate. Present before the magistrate. Magistrate means judge. Okay, at the time of arrest should be informed to the arrested person, and within 24 hours after the arrest he should be present before the magistrate. Next, the right not to be ill-treated or tortured during arrest or in custody. He should not be tortured. That means any kind of punishment should not be given. Tortured or ill-treated. Tortured or ill-treated. He should not be tortured or ill-treated. Confessions made in police custody cannot be used as evidence. So, during this investigation time, confessions, whatever the arrested persons accepts the crime, that should not be taken as evidence. Evidence to the court should not be taken as evidences to the court. Okay, next, fifth one. A boy under 15 years of age, that means below 15 years, child, boys, and women cannot be called to the police station. Cannot be called to the police station only for questioning. So these are the guidelines followed by the police. What are they? See, to the arrested person, the Supreme Court has given some some rights. What were they? The arrested person should be informed at the time of at what time he is going to be arrested. That should be informed to him. Next, within 24 hours, he should be presented before the magistrate. After his arrest, he should be presented before the magistrate within 24 hours. They should not arrest and keep in a police station there itself. Within 24 hours, within one day itself, they have to take him to the judge. Next, he should not be during the investigation time, during the custody time. He should not be tortured or ill-treated. He should not be treated or ill-treated. Not any kind of punishment should not be given to the arrested person. Confession should not be taken as evidences to the court. So, during that investigation, whatever he accepts, that should not be taken as evidence, because maybe by the time they may be with fear or with anger or something, they may accept, but that should not be, those acceptances, they should not take as evidences to the court. And below 15 years boys, that means minor boys and women, they should not be called to the police station only for questioning. So these are the rights given to the arrested person. Till now, I hope you understood, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.